Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back.
We got more Johnny Cash today. We did A Boy Named Sue in the last one, which was absolutely hilarious. It was great. And storytelling from Johnny the rapper, threw in some...
he did a very good storytelling. I pictured the entire thing.
Yeah, he had some bars in there, and
Yeah.
that was interesting. I was surprised by Johnny.
I wasn't expecting that at all.
No, not at all. It was refreshing to hear something a little bit different, and getting introduced to Johnny a little bit more. Now we've got, I think, 3 tracks under our belt.
Yes.
This will be our 4th, right?
Yeah.
So we've done Hurt, we've done A Ring of Fire, A Boy Named Sue, and this will be our 4th, Man in Black.
Yes.
And I assume Man in Black references to, somewhat anyways, his fashion and his attire of where he would always wear black. I'm not sure the whole story behind that, but maybe we'll find out a little bit in this song.
Yeah.
There was a lot of versions of this song, Man in Black. There was the studio version. There were some live versions. We're doing this one. It seems like it's one of the more popular ones. Hopefully it's a good one to do. It's hard to, when we're doing reaction videos, to pick the right one. We try to go with the best one that we can, but it's not always perfect. So don't shoot us if that is the case, that it's not the best one. But we get to experience some Johnny Cash nonetheless.
Yeah.
So that's great. And so this one is off the Best of Johnny Cash TV show. We both have no idea what that is. So you guys can let us know in those comments, which are always so informative, right?
So informative. So many great suggestions, and always educating us on the artist and, everything that we need to know about them, which is awesome.
Yeah, so you can educate us, like I said, on that Johnny Cash TV show, what that is.
Yeah.
And I'm not even really sure where this is. We tried to find out where this performance was exactly. But anyways, I'm excited to check out a little more Johnny Cash. Not sure what to expect with this one, but you guys were recommending it, so I'm excited to see what it's all about. Yeah. And, so far he hasn't disappointed.
No, and I feel like it's been very diverse so far.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's go.
The other day, I talked with several of you, and we asked each other a lot of questions. I asked you questions, you asked me questions, and an idea for a song started brewing then. And since I saw you last Saturday, I wrote this song. And I just finished writing this song, the 4th or 5th rewrite this morning, so that's why I've got to have the cards to remind myself of what the words are, the last version I wrote. This song is a very personal thing, I suppose you might say, but it's the way I feel about a lot of things. This song is called The Man in Black. Well, you wonder why I always dress in black, why you never see bright colors on my back, and why does my appearance always have a somber tone? Well, there's a reason for the things that I have on. I wear the black for the poor and the beaten down, living in the hopeless, hungry side of town. And I wear it for the prisoner who has long paid for his crime, but still is there because he's a victim of the times. I wear the black for those who've never read or listened to the words that Jesus said about the road to happiness through love and charity. Why, you'd think he's talking straight to you and me. Well, we're doing mighty fine, I do suppose, in our streak of lightning cars and fancy clothes. But just so we're reminded of the ones who are held back, up front there ought to be a man in black. I wear it for the sick and lonely old, for the reckless ones whose bad trip left them cold.
So Johnny giving us another side of what he brings to the table.
Right before we started this, I said everything has been so diverse so far, and he now threw another one in there.
Exactly, yeah, and seemingly talking and speaking for the people in this one. And it's cool, It's cool to see the philosophical approach that he's taking with it as well, to talking about, like I said, speaking for the people, but in a way that's almost like, there's people out there that are wealthy and have everything, but they're not really paying any mind or paying any attention to the people that don't have as much, and he's written this song because he wants to speak for them.
Yeah,
which is really...
like I represent the hardships that they're going
Yeah,
through.
and that's why his demeanor is what it is, and that's why he dresses the way he is, because somebody has to be that person.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's maybe somewhat conducive to his upbringing leading him to do those things, because I'm not sure what that was like, but
Yeah, I'm not
I don't
sure either.
think he came from a well-off family, and I think he spent some time in jail, if I remember. So he's, probably more in tune with some of the common people.
Yeah.
And I think he
The
was saying,
challenges that those people go through.
yeah, and I think he was saying at the beginning he even spoke to some of these people, right?
Yeah.
And that's why he was going through the process of writing it, which is super cool.
Yeah.
First time seemingly he's performing it, said he needs cards, right?
Yeah.
Which is interesting because from the standpoint of artists, right, he's so unique and different in that he's not like a crazy amazing vocalist in any terms of vocal ranges.
Yeah.
But he's got a tone about him that resonates in what he's saying, and he's using that as his tool to make you listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, sure.
And the storytelling aspect that we had from the last song.
Yeah.
Similar in this one that he's bringing some bars again.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like his delivery on this is similar. Obviously,
Yes.
like the tonality of the song is different. Like the other one was more of like
It was
it's
a comedy,
funny,
yeah.
exactly. But I feel like his delivery of his vocals, his clarity, the speed of it, all that kind of stuff is very similar.
Yeah, it's very, he's got a rhythm to him, and
Yeah.
he's got this vocal, like I said, that stands out, but it's not wowing you from like, wow, he's an amazing singer.
Yeah.
It's just he's a powerful singer, or a powerful performer, I
Yeah,
should say.
and he keeps you really engaged.
Yeah, and so really refreshing, like I said, to see another side of him. And I didn't know that, like you don't know this about artists too, right? Like I've never heard this about Johnny Cash, that he was more of a, seemingly now that we've got to know him a bit more, that he was a man of the people, quote unquote.
Yeah.
The more I've learned from some of the comments from you guys in there, and all the great info that you guys provide, it's just amazing how you go back in time and witness these artists, their transitions through their career,
Yeah.
and how much depth there can be to each individual, because they are human beings, right? Sometimes we just forget that they're
Yeah.
performers, they do what they do, but
For sure.
they've got their own things that make them tick. So for him, I feel like this, you guys were recommending it as a big song for him, so it's probably one that it was really popular, and for obvious reasons, because
It also meant a lot to him too, right? He's basically talking about what he's standing for, right?
Exactly.
As a person and what he represents.
well, exactly. I was just going to say, based on that, a man in black, that's who he is, that's who he's referred to.
Yeah.
So this song must have been, very representative for his career, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I wear the black in mourning for the lives that could have been. Each week we lose 100 fine young men. And yes, I wear it for the thousands who have died, believing that the Lord was on their side. And I wear it for another 100,000 who have died, believing that we all were on their side. Well, there's things that never will be right, I know, and things need changing everywhere you go. But till we start to make a move, to make a few things right, you'll never see me wear a suit of white. I'd love to wear a rainbow every day, to tell the world that everything's okay. But maybe I can carry off a little darkness on my back till things are brighter. I'm the man in black.
You can just see everybody watching the audience, they're just like,
This is locked in.
yeah, and that's, as a performer, that's what you look for, right? It's like, it seemed like you could drop a pin in the room, and you would have heard it.
Yeah,
Because
everybody was
everybody-
just paying attention. Like
Yeah.
nobody was talking and distracted.
No
Everybody
cell
was
phones.
Just, yes, another time, but yeah,
I really enjoyed that. It's a powerful song, powerful message, great message at that.
yeah,
And like I said, just it's cool to hear, like I said, this country kind of hip hop mix that I'm feeling
know.
from him, and I never would have expected that from Johnny Cash. Household name, I've heard the name, like we said when we did the first one,
yeah.
but never really expected to hear that style from him.
Yeah, no, me either. I never really knew what to expect from him because, like you said, I had always heard his name as this like big, well-known artist, but I didn't really know what his like vibe was, right? But I just like also how like simple it is. Like it's simple in the sense that it's very easy to understand what he's talking about in his delivery of like the lyrics of the song itself. And I feel like it also probably resonates with more people that way because, you know, he's kind of talking at the beginning, especially talking about, you know, like people that are in poverty, undereducated, stuff like that. So like, you know, this is even going to probably resonate with people like that even more because, you know, everybody can kind of understand and relate to it.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, unfortunately, you know, we have mentioned on the channel before that we listened to hip hop a lot growing up, right? And so, you know, you imagine mentioning the fact that it's a little simpler, but still resonates in terms of the messaging that's supposed to be construed. And I think, you know, that's unfortunately what's happened in the opposite way for hip hop is that now it's gone to this realm of people aren't really saying much. In addition to this, you know, it's just being this mindless music that you listen to.
Yeah.
But when, you know, I was, you know, really getting interested in it, I felt like it had a message, that it was speaking for certain people and saying certain things in a real interesting and capturing way.
Yeah.
And so, and obviously, you know, Johnny's doing it much differently, and it's, you know, he comes off as very classy and professional when he does this.
Yeah.
But I think like that's the similarity that I would say is, you know, when you sometimes simplify things to amplify it.
Yeah. For
Right?
sure.
And that's what I think he does
Yeah.
is he simplifies to amplify what he's trying to do with his tools that he has, which are clearly, you know, his uniqueness as well.
Yeah.
But has been other artists that we've grown up listening to, but this is the first time I feel like, you know, on a country side of things, I've seen it to that magnitude and
Yeah,
the
for sure.
similarity. So anyways,
Awesome.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
She enjoyed it. Hopefully you enjoyed our reaction. If you did, you can hit that like button for us. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought. Anything you want to add. Anything that we should go and check out next. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the button now so you can come back tomorrow.
See you guys next time.